Hello, my brothers. Hello, my sister. All the those. I go make I use Bini today. Make I say, wabo we waba van wabota wabo wahia all of una. I welcome una today. Iboma Gosondalo. I greet everybody today. I say make I just do this video. Like I explained to una before, I talk say I go to do video for Benin history and Benin time in Pidgin English. Today, I just dropped the first one, but this is just an introduction. Now, introduction be this. So, this video, if una dey follow me well, I go tell many things about Benin, about Edo history, and as they take come. But I just pick this one from the middle. So this topic today, make I discuss it because of wetin dey happen for Edo now. At the moment, a lot of Edo people wey dey diaspora, they not so much know wetin dey happen. There is a feud, there is a problem, there is some quarrel or some some problem between the governor and some Edo people. I no go lie. Social media just dey awash. Everybody they talk about say that this governor he get some kind fuse, he get some kind wahala with the Benin people and the palace. Sake of say then go bring Ogiamie, then they say Ogiamie say in a second Oba or second chief. I don't know which one that one day. So, but the one we I want to do today, I just want to come out with fact. See, I get this book. I don't first talk on before. Una dey see am. This now where Obaseki begin to come into light from this Oba. So this now the thing where I want to discuss today. Last election for 2020, a lot of people begin to call this our current governor say now Obaseki I go betrayer, he can't it. He don't come again. He don't resurface. I said why he resurface, he incarnate again. But a lot of people for diaspora and a lot of people for Benin, especially our younger people, they don't understand how this matter take on. Not be say Edo people just come out, begin to call Obaseki betrayer, he did their DNA to the extent we can even talk on. This video is going to be short, just an introduction. A lot when I go bring come out. From now to next 5 years, a lot of Edo history, a lot of places we not know the pilgrimage where they Benin, how the first cemetery, how Igbo people come Edo, come Benin, go carry hospital, put for half part of Oba Palace. How all the different Ogwedion wey full Benin, how the picture, the photo where we both first come, then see how Benin take come, how Ogamete dey. We go explain everything from 9th century to the present day. But today, I say make I just concentrate for that Obaseki DNA betrayal hypothesis. And as I go to talk this thing, I go still dey read book. Not be me talk am a book when I don't read. I go bring the one wey bring the matter, simplify. I no want speak the bring the matter, where me get my own history and from people when I know. My people, make una just try and share this video. Make una let a lot of people see am. Today, I no go take una much time. If I do too much, maybe 45 minutes, I go let people wey want contribute. The link dey there. They don't put the link there so that you tell me say I dey lie or I no dey lie. I go use so many books. I go refer to so many books. I go read them and I go see wetin happen. The only thing wey I go apologize for, the photograph wey of the house, Obaseki house, where Oba Vorame stay before they carry and go Calabar, e not dey with me. I cannot see it. But subsequent, as we dey do this program, they go in future, I'll show you na the house for Ekmenede. Say this na the house where dey Ekmenede, where Oba Vorame stay after Obaseki don't deceive and come from where Vorame go hide. All the chiefs where they dey when they pass Akomba Road, come that house before they carry Vorame go Palava Court, Oyibo Court. We come say they come judge am. So for this video, wetin I want to explain to una today, the thing wey cause am, the hypothesis, the story wey Edo people wey they never born there, and the story wey their grandpapa tell them, then e never tell wey they go dey say grandpapa, or their papa tell them. They tell the modern one. This thing wey we dey talk, so this story, e never reach 130 years. So my people, I go happy. People wey get good memory, make them just sit down, make them listen. People wey not get, even if you get memory, you not dey forget something. Just dey write something down. You say make we ask this old man wey dey fool himself on top of Naija Watch platform and Edo Net Watch platform. I go ask am question. Now begin to talk. Obaseki family them big well. So the way now take start out today, I'll first read one book. Make una see. As pastor dey preach now, so I want to preach to una. Mona explain and say, not be my head, not be me cook the story. That na the thing wey we want to talk today. I bet Mona share this video for all lovers of Edo history, for all lovers of politics, because this thing, history and politics, they not dey fit separate them. Because a lot of people they talk say They just hate Obaseki. Na so it be, na so it not be. This and that, that and this. Books where people write, historians where they write, and the one where Igbo write. Go read today. I go explain. I go tell you a little bit of the charge sheet. The thing where Igbo will come out here, go talk about this matter. Where this book come out from? Now London for 10 Downing Street. I go bring her. If possible, I go show una. Make una see and say, not be say Benin people they like, just say the single Obaseki out, begin the hammer, begin the batcher. Now the truth I want to tell you now today, make una listen. He say, long before 1888 AD, while Prince Idugbowa Adolo was yet an heir apparent to the throne, the oracle forewarned that unless the incoming king assumed the title of Obaseki, there might not be peace and tranquility in the land. Then in 1888, if you don't understand, I go ask me. He said before 1888 AD, after Jesus don't die, Idugbowa, Prince Idugbowa, now be the papa of Ovorame. He said now be the person who go become the heir apparent to the throne. Now understand? Idugbowa Adolo, now be the next to the king. We go be Oba. Then see for Oreko. Say the Oba with the enter Edoso, he go get problem unless the only thing we go save him, make that Oba carry in title, make the call him Obaseki, like Prince Henede come when he turned to Oba, he turned to Ewari. Oracle don't see and say, make that Oba answer Obaseki. Otherwise, if you know answer Obaseki, problem good day. Make una dey wait to. The oracle forewarned that unless the incoming king assumed the title of Obaseki, there might not be peace and tranquility in the land. Una don't hear that one. I don't explain that for pidgin. In 1888, Prince Idugbowa was installed as Oba under the title of Ovorame Nogbaisi. He not carry Obaseki, he carry Ovorame Nogbaisi, and they install him as Oba, title of Ovorame Nogbaisi, against the oracle, wetin oracle talk. Una dey hear o. Metore, the two oracle tell us say make Obavorame answer Obaseki as in title, just like Ewari, the Ewari of Benin Kingdom. He no answer. He go answer Obaseki. You no answer Obaseki, go answer Ovorame. So Prince Idugbowa was installed as Oba under the title of Ovorame Nogbaisi against the oracle directive. Early in 1890, they just start 1890, Oba Ovorame inadvertently conferred the new chieftaincy title of Obaseki of Benin on Ago. Now hear what I talk so. Ovorame na he no carry Obaseki as a title. He go give the title to Ago. Ago na personal worker for Oba Ovorame. May I say, if I say servant, now that will be very good. Sorry, that will be say I belittle Ago. You say Obaseki, he can give the title to Ago, make Ago the answer Obaseki. So in a way, Obaseki not be name of the family. In a way, Ago now be the real name of Obaseki. Obaseki, where would they talk so? Na title on Ago. a palace personal attendant. That na person wey dey work follow Oba Ovorame. Na palace e dey serve. Na I go dey serve. Una dey understand? If una no understand, make una ask me. It was gathered that Ago was pro Idugbowa in the succession feud that erupted between Oba Ovorame and his younger brother, Ohoro, before his ascension. May I stop there? May I explain now? Oba Ovorame and his junior brother, they be get problem for that title, and who go be Oba, who go be this and not. Problem they feud. Ago, that time I go start to dey play small politics. You don't say and say now Ovorame go win. He supported Ovorame. So because of that, Ovorame can give him that title of Obaseki. If you not understand, make una ask me, this na the thing will happen. I don't talk and say this history of Benin, of Edo, not be the one that they speak big English put. If they talk for Benin language, a lot of Benin people go understand. But to talk for Benin, it get as he had, it get as he be, because not everybody go feel right different words we don't take describe the situation at that time. That pidgin English where the British people bring come for Edo, almost everybody they speak and go reach Oyibo. It resemble Oyibo. So that's the reason they use this pidgin English to explain that. Not be say it hard for me. I feel read down for book, even if I not feel speaking well, I feel read down for book for now. So because Oba Ovorame and his brother, then gets more problems of kind quarrel. Say, not be you go carry on, and me go carry on. This one, and me go take Babashu, now not be you go carry on. I go begin the taste I support Ovorame. So when Ovorame become Oba, he can't give Ago the title of Obaseki. So Obaseki not be the name where they take. When they born them, whether they Christian, whether they give naming ceremony, that the name where they give Ago, no, now Ago be name, not be Obaseki. So the conferment of this title was a reciprocal gesture from Oba Ovorame to compensate Ago for being his close ally and confidant during the succession dispute. I don't explain that one. Then give her the title to say thank you for helping me. Now understand? By so doing, it will appear as if the king had transferred the veil of leadership to Ago. That means the Oba of Benin then, Ovorame, he carry Ago, he give her that title, make it for come out from that servant relationship to the palace to leadership position. So now you be chief. A chief working Okane Gwa working, whether they servant or slave. And so Ovorame take help Obaseki. This one when I dey talk, so I just dey talk am. But if you dey follow me, I go still tell you now how this thing, how Ovorame dey come. Before you enter, all the things will happen. I'll tell you a story, the meaning of Igigwiyisi. I go explain that one. But for now, for this thing to progress, now the thing I dey explain. So it would appear as if the king had transferred the veil of leadership to Ago. That means say from servant to Oga. Now understand? To Ago. The Obaseki of Benin, come they call him the Obaseki of Benin. Thus, the series of confrontation Obaseki family had with the king and his successor were not unexpected. Up to today, were not unexpected because I don't first talk and say, it be like say, now Ovorame begin to cause all this problem. After all, since it had been predetermined, I can't turn it. Yeah. All those who na abandon, don't first talk all these things. Chief Obaseki fled with Obavorame to avoid being captured on the 18th of February 1897. Obaseki, he run follow Obavorame. I think na Yokorion want them go also. Now tell them go hide. But Obaseki returned to the city shortly. Obaseki can't return, he can't leave Ovorame for that area where they go hide. Returned to the city shortly to reconcile, to come settle with Oyibo people. Come settle with Oyibo people. Onado yibye do, onado yobaya devekeneboye. I not the lie on a book they talk about. I not lie. See the book. Me not the lie. Wage. Onado yobaya devekeneboye. The two way can happen after after I don't take Obavorame by finish, he don't betray number one of number 1B. Number 1, he joined Obavorame for Obavorame problem with his siblings. Then number 1B now, both of them, the war start, the two of them run, he run follow Obavorame. Then he can return to the city to reconcile with the British. Chief Obaseki was asked by the Oba to negotiate a truce for him. Make he come try and negotiate business, treaty, peace, so that he go return to Benin. But Obaseki was believed to have sought to further his own. Obaseki can't use him, he can't sell himself. You know, even talk about Vorame. Onaya there. You can buy. Come betray him. Now they understand though, because a lot of people they talk say DNA, betrayal, tetra. They don't know where the things they come from. Now it make me come out, come talk out today. That if they want to kill me, make them kill me. Now the truth me they talk. Can I master? Now that book by now you or master no lelaha. Now the truth I go tell you now today if you now begin to listen. I go tell you now. Chief Obaseki was asked by the Oba to negotiate a truce for him, but Obaseki was believed to have sought to further his own nest. Now understand, am I talking about Vorame? This ambivalent attitude by Chief Obaseki may have brought Obavorame into disrepute into the eyes of the British. Then everything can't change. Oyibo people can't the verse for Obavorame where wanna understand. In the eyes of the British. Not only Obaseki, some other chief returning to the city may have also discredited the Oba by their cowardice disposition. Not only Obaseki, other chiefs. The question say Obaseki don't go through. In which Oyibo now they talk. Some other chiefs come again. Come they assault and pepper join the whole team. Make them for hate Obaseki. Make them for hate Obavorame. I not the lie you see the book. Now money I take buy according to Monkey Face. Go say I dey buy book, I dey do research. See my own. But if I begin to talk and I say this man they talk like, don't they start again, don't they talk the thing where I not see. Maybe I tell you of when to the books, the many when I buy, the plenty when I buy. See there. The many years someday my library. See there. Me I not the lie you. See. I go show now different books when I buy. Me I not the talk like. See. All of them correspond. The one where I swear right, and all of them, they all correspond. This now Benin City pilgrimage stations. The many. This one cost me big money. So a lot of them they up. The one who Igbo write for the war and copies of the records we deal with them when they come Benin. I say make you see about Benin. I then delay. I can threaten the whole book. They war office for Britain. We meet this so. Metro What about me? What time one wa? What a matter meta? Now, understand. Chief Obaseki fled with Obavorame to avoid being captured on the 18th of February. On the 18th of February, now Obaseki, Ago, and Ovorame run through Sakmoba to Yokorion. 18th of February, 1897. But returned to the city shortly to reconcile with the British. Chief Obaseki was asked by the Oba to negotiate a truce for him, but Obaseki was believed to have sought to further his own nest instead. The ambivalent attitude by Chief Obaseki may have brought Oba Ovorame into disrepute. Yana doing Oba Ovorame. Some other chief council say Obaseki don't free for their hand. Now those one begin the return. I go mention all the chief name, all of them, not be only Obaseki. Not be only Obaseki. Not be only Obaseki. I be more just wait. Me, I get the other book on. When I go explain something for now, beg, just bear with me. Sorry, some people don't run. Wahon wale ematata. See, he said Chief Obaseki may have brought Obavorame, into disrepute in the eyes of the British. Some other chiefs returning to the city may have also discredited the Oba by their cowardice disposition. Chief Obaseki persuaded the king to surrender. Now here now, Obaseki can't go persuade Obavorame, may surrender. We were surrender, not knowing that he don't strike D with Oyibo people. Persuaded the king to surrender, assuring him, or not assure of safety, but withdrew his support and loyalty as soon as the Oba surrendered. Ona go tell Oba Benin say, just surrender to these Oyibo people, then good o, then get many things. So not just worry, don't make a do great. Just surrender, they'll bring you back. Obavorame, he trust Obaseki. Now I follow na through Sakmaba Road, now them pass come. I go show now all the future story when I tell you now. How the wife will be run with her servant will follow and come. They were all naked. They bring them come beneath through Sakmaba Road. As soon as you just know say Obavorame don't come beneath, come surrender, then he can't say me stay for in your house. Obavorame lived in Obaseki house in Ekmenede. That picture, I don't first apologize. The picture of the house where Obavorame stay for Ekmenede. If the family they know their history, they get house for Ekmenede, now lie they lie, make they talk. So Chief Obaseki persuaded the king to surrender, assuring him of safety, but withdrew his support and loyalty as soon as the Oba surrendered. The overriding popularity of Obaseki with the British could be noticed as Oba Avorame stayed in the house of Obaseki on the 5th of August, 1897. I even talked the journal. The author even talked the date journal. August 5th, 1897. Now Oba Avorame trust Obaseki go stay in house. When he surrendered, till he presented himself to the Palava court. The Palava court, that na the court where Oyibo first create after they don sack Edo, after they enter Benin, they come create their own court to the Palava court. Palava, una dey hear am for pidgin, I go say, and me I no want Palava, una go understand that wetin me, wetin take am me. Therefore, before the Oba returned to the city, Obaseki had been well known to the British to the extent of being vested with administrative position as a member of the new Native Council established by the new Native Council established by the colonial resident in charge of Benin. Before Oba Avorame even come to the city, they don't give position. As soon as they share position, so share the fight for position. They don't give Obaseki. Now those one make am do am. Onaya mwere, onaya de. Wetin be that? Not be betrayer, a betrayer. Not be me talk am. It's up to you to decide. Now go talk whether na traitor betrayer. The thing where panelists, if I get panelists today, now the two they go talk whether na traitor or betrayer. They don't give an administrative position. You don't make an oga as a member of the new council established by the colonial resident in charge of Benin. Obaseki servant, your own servant too. Obaseki can't get servant. That in servant, na his name na Agamoyi. Agamoyi, now that they call am, we still get family today where they answer Agamoyi. Now, if na lie, they lie. If una get relationship with palace, una go know say a German Dana retold with them. Agamoyi, Obaseki, now Obaseki servant, was among the three principal witnesses called by the British who testified against the king. Now, no understand, Agamoyi and plus two other people, now there be witness, now no say the present day court, you get witness who testified against, not for, against the king. And the chief, Obaseki, attended all the court section of the trial of his master. You now understand? Even Obaseki attend the court, he sit down for the court, he always to tell any get that, but don't tell Oyibo, don't tell Duan. To the try our Oba and his master and his king. He sit down there. And I can see. I not talk like a book talkamo. A book of water. But his personal influence was not brought to bear in Ovorame's favor. Otherwise, he would not have been deported. He said, Obaseki not even beg, he not even use his influence when he get with Oyibo to take beg for Ovorame. Otherwise, to say beg, Ovorame therefore not deport him to Calabar. And he said, none of the chiefs condescended to beg for their king. Hence, Oba Avorame parting lamentation, accusing some Benin people of cunningly selling him into the hands of the British troop in search of their own liberty. He said some of the chiefs, not only Obaseki, they not talk, they not use their influence, they not beg. So when they say that they carry and go Calabar, Obaseki, Oba Avorame say, he say, the chief here, all the chief they follow me, don't sell am to the hands of the British troop in search of their liberty and benefit. Echo there near here. Now people, now so the talk, now the thing will happen be that number one. Then number two, after the dog carry Obavora go, then the new system, people will come, they run the place. Instead of them to protest, they're not go support Oyibo to take repair am, because Oyibo people can't get problems. Benin people don't want support Oyibo again. They can't they behave anyhow. I go give una details for the part 2 of this video. Then the second one be done be say I go the person we write book we call on the new political order. Oyibo can't find problem. After the fall, Benin came virtually under the full jurisdiction of the Niger Coast Protectorate. They don't succeed now carry Vorame go Calabar. Benin don't fall. So Benin can fall under the jurisdiction. That means say the Niger Coast Protectorate, headed by a consul general with an administrative political resident. That means person will go take over Benin administration. The people of Benin were confronted with the problem of institutional adaptations to the new government. Yeah. After the fall, Oyibo people come meet the Benin people, they can't find problem. The people want adapt because before then, now about then they listen to, they not they listen to all these Oyibo people were supposed to be slave, gangster, thieves, we enter people, they enter river, they come, they look for things west where they go take. You now understand? To the new government, eternal reconciliation and restoration of the pre-colonial political structure. The British deeply thought of how the indigenous constitution could be blended and built into the new government without stirring the people into revolt. British come dey look for Connie, how don take use the present Benin tradition, blend into their new system wey una dey call democracy today, wey una dey call democracy wey all of una dey fight for. They come dey look for that way to blend them together, mix them together, have to do carpenter one, come dey nail them together to ensure a hitch-free transition. But his absence brought the machinery of government to a halt. Oba of Benin don't go, Baborame don't go. Everything just bring all the machine, all the things we do, we then take run the government there to a halt. Like we have a Kaibonogbe and all those things, they're not going to work again. So it is obvious that if the king had been allowed to remain in Benin, his power would have been so cut that he would merely exist in appearance, but not in the substance of a king. Now understand that? Say not true. Say that say make them let Oba just stay. It go just be like ordinary person, like anybody, and that one fit cause trouble. Not be you be Oba before we they do all this one, where they tell us not do now. You they tell Oba talk, but they not go respect her. That night you both talk, but they not know say my pikin not fine. Leave her there. Mama go like her. Many people for still like Oba Ovorame. The new government, that is Oyibo government now, also ruminated over the possibility of finding a suitable substitute for Oba without breaching the traditional method of succession. It was finding the clue to this dilemma that actually unsettled the British government till 1914. Now understand, Oyibo people can't get problem to get somebody who go replace her. And here, Obaseki still come again. Oh, Obaseki go dance for this side, he go dance for the other side. To the extent he can't even sell the chief for the for the Igbo people. I know the other journal, now the truth I dey tell you now, because when I dey read the book, they go later, and I go know say the role where Obaseki he play, will come become the head of all those chiefs where they can select later. Until the chief can settle, they can say, na lie, you lie. I go read them, now get to that. Say, but I not can say, na me they talk lie. Till 1914, however, the Benin Native Council was formed in February 1897, composed of few Benin chiefs. It don't come to the time when I mentioned the chief where John Obaseki betray Obavorame. May I first read the first set, the one I first read just now, read them again. The Benin Native Council was formed in February 1897, composed of new Benin chiefs, not the new Benin market too. The new chief where they come from after Obavorame. Of few, and not be many, few Benin chiefs. The yardstick for selection was not based on hierarchy, but on how much loyalty the constituted chief had for British administration. The chief wey they call the chief, e not based on say the way that they take do am before, say na use Gaibonegbe what DME or what low seme, na use high pass me, na use this. But on loyalty, on how well you can talk lie, wagwa toge, wagwa betrayal or say we gbenia we bona and na betrayable. If you sabi betray where you become a member of that new council. But I think I understand that now. Composed of a few Benin chiefs, the yardstick for selection was not based on hierarchy, but on how much loyalty the constituted chief had for British administration. Some prominent members of the Native Council, now their name I want call, so those chiefs will betray, where they come put for the council, can include number one, where they just talk, Chief Obaseki, Ezomo, Nwagwe, Ine, Ayobahan, Oshodi, Obayagbon, Imara, Ehondon, Iyase, Ero, Arase, and Osula. I'll talk him again. The chief, after Vorame don't go, the constitution, these are those people they had to find. Make we look for their chief. We go deal with them. Maybe direct rule or indirect rule. Now they want form. So the chief where they choose, Chief Obaseki, number one. Ezomo, Nwagwe, Ine, Ayobahan, Oshodi, Obayagbon, Obahiagbon, Imara, Ehondon, Iyase, Eo, Arase, and Osula. It was headed by Chief Osagwe. Now, Chief Osagwe, now he head all of them. Now understand. Then the Bobbies were Chief title, Osagwe. Their function were both legislative and judicial. The resident had the right to veto any legislation considered not to be in the best interest of Britain. I think you now they understand their role now to do anything not to the best interest, not to be in the best interest of Britain. That be say, why they put them there, now to the do law, to the legislate for things where not be where Oyibo people not want there, where they not want thief. Now they put them there. Now understand. Since he presided over all sittings in the period under review, since now Igbo now then they talk all the things where they talk, that they monitor that what you running after with democracy. If they just do anything where British get interest for. In the period under review to 1897 to 1914, 4 political residents ruled Benin. They were Alfred Turner, Captain E.P. Rupert in acting capacity before Turner, Regina Granville, and Whittingham Fosbury. All these now the 4 people where people say they be like senator, House of Senate, all the Benin chief, then they state House of Assembly. Now understand that in the judicial aspect, traditional norms were completely circumscribed by emerging British. Legal system by which Benin chiefs were gradually being indoctrinated, judicial functions were discharged within the confines of the metropolitan areas of Benin City. All the things that they do now, Benin City that they do, and all those the John Were or Kaigele, they're not talking about them again. While the district and villages were still left in the hands of the Enige and the John Weres. Later on, in order to expand the jurisdiction of the native council, some chiefs were appointed and added to the old ones. They were allocated districts to administer on behalf of the residents. Each district was made up of many villages. Each district, they can't share everything. They'll divide one district, they'll put a lot of other villages, same one as they look after them. Now I go tell you now what Obaseki do just now. If you kill meat, if you be hunter, you kill meat. If you not give her, you are in trouble. If you just born pikin, then go force her and marry her. They marry people wife. And they come out, talk everything. They were allocated districts to administer on behalf of the residents. Each district was made up of many villages. The method of allocating administrative area to chief was known as the principle of Paramonchi, for the same purpose that the rulers were known as paramount chief. As you take paramount, as you take great, that's so they take divide the villages under them. Prince Agwabasimi, until 1902, Agwabasimi na the senior pikin of Oba Ovorame. Until 1902, was a paramount chief. He high chief, now they come to call Yoba in Agbo. Agbo, where Agbo people, Benin people, all the people come to talk, say, na so them be, na so them not be. Before Igbo come, now Oba of Benin, the ruler of those areas, Betrayal, Agwabasimi, the first son of Ovorame, the apparent heir, until 1902, was a paramount chief in Agbo area, Ekuku and Aladima. He was not given contiguous district of Benin City. You understand? He was not given contiguous district of Benin City to avoid his clashing with the British. This was the nature of the British political organization in Benin between 1897 to 1914. I don't lie you. I go bring our brother where they stand by there. I don't know whether na cause you want come cause me, but I go add them. But now so for us to learn, now it go be. I don't know his name. His name na 234 EPYC. So it did there now. May you listen. I never finish my story before you crucify me. Just Mudia. The principle of paramountcy exposed the weakness of the ruling chief. Wahonia, he exposed the weakness. I don't know how to take color. Toothless bulldog chief where they put for there. The chief were infested with many malpractices. Abe chief in it, they were corrupt. According to Ibo, or the person who write this book, na Benima. they were doing bad things, 90 do. Their hands were sticky with bribe. You know why we are calling it a bribe. They converted people's wives and forced others into early marriage and early marriages. You know why mukwere ya marry bibiaka no my say na no you wodo amu. They forcefully recruited labor into their farm. You know why begari gbama egbema be na ranomigo je ya wa forcing ya wa mufigbo no ya nguna lelia. That's what they were doing. Ranomigo and honor they were women amu. Yes, not so manata. They forcefully recruited labor into their farms. Farmers were forced to part with a percentage of their harvest, and failure to do so attracted severe sanction. Abiyani Jugboyani Metin, when every Sijan were Anguna Ugboya Mure, were forcing ya. Emiwenuwa Mukubonu wa Fian Yeva, Bem Navige, Mommy Diaspora Mureni. Don't just cut into two. Don't give them one part, don't take one part. This was what they were doing. You understand? Mafia bio, they told the truth. Farmers were forced to part with a percentage of their harvest, and failure to do so attracted severe sanction. Like punishment, do punishment. Now don't give that person. People like them Israel Motor. Don't just carry gun, come me that cutlass, come me those people, begin call them, go begin the shout. Make una follow no road, oh, this is democracy, this democratic something. When na Peter be now follow. Na so you go they talk after I don't carry their food, come give chief. They constituted their own court and punish any individuals without authorization. Take you here now. They get their own court. When be say Oyibo no go know, don't go to judge am. Like as Israel they talk, you go say, remove that link. Otherwise, before I start calling you cow, chimpanzee, meh, goatee. Now the kind of thing where they begin to do now be that. And punish every individual without authorization. The kind of thing where Israel they do now be that. Some chief force every hunter to have share of every game, taxes and levies accruing to them in their area. Not be the thing where see they happen so. Some chief go just force them all the tasks, all the antelope they will keep for bush go say make them share, and they not do that one for Nigeria worship. They not they ask people make them go bring money, make them share. Most of the chiefs were absentees. Most of the chiefs were absentee rulers who never actually resided where they were appointed to superintend. Each chief has sizable number of able-bodied youth. Now here now, each chief, I talk like people like Israel Semota, all those boys where they follow Nigeria Watch. Each chief has sizable number of able-bodied youth boys through whom these SSs were performed. Remove that link. If you not remove it now, you'll be removed. Now then be this. By 1906, the call for the removal of this paramount chief had begun to make waves in all Benin territory. Benin people, they're not the carry last, so they begin to fight, say, they're not the agreement they post any link. When you post any link, they'll just keep pressing. They're not the agreement you do this, don't do this, don't do that. Now they begin the verse. Aside from this, there was the popular resentment against the unbridled power that was put in the hands of Chief Obaseki. Of all these chiefs, as they do their own, now Obaseki in a way, I take why you Kosamo, Obaseki can't get superpower like that El Mustafa with Nigeria. No. Now they talk of everything. Even carry vice president of a country to Abacha. You make that one to Nida, make kiss Abacha leg. Now that kind of power, now Chief Obaseki can't get. He took over as head of the Native Council when Chief Osagwe died. Chief Osagwe now felt they leave the chief. As soon as that one just, they don't know whether they kill him. Then he just took over as head of the Native Council when Chief Osagwe died. By his action, he usurped every function, every other function of the chiefs and fused them into his office. Wahonia, he forced them, bring everything come to his own. Not care who you are. Into his office. Obaseki was so domineering. You know, they let people talk. Just they dominate people anyhow. Like Israel. That it was only correct to say no Obaseki, no Native Council. Now that one they can't talk of. That they can't fear. Like the fear of Obaseki can't be the beginning of wisdom. No Obaseki, no council. Other chiefs were often laughably referred to as Obaseki boss. The other chief come turn to, if Obaseki shit finish, you go clean yash for their head. They can't call them. The one with the lawyer, with the talk small like they were referred to as Obaseki boys. Chief Obaseki was joined. Metoge, I see Grace, Madam Grace Omoje, he ready to deal with me today. He's ready to deal with me. Go say, they talk to my picking where in for. Yeah, matter what to tie now. British in this grand plan, if with some commoners were elevated into high chief, from there they can't get some commoners, they can't make the high chief, while others were undermined because of their conservative stance. Because in a muja ba my gwalo, by we see of your body or ba. So those one will stand for that. They relegate them, you know what? They relegate me for Nigeria. Was say at the big time, Battery. Only now where you are working, Tinubu at the big time. Where you were here now you were now. At the big time now. I make it up there what time and that what time and you are finished. Undermined because of their conservative stance. The aggrieved chief watched the new political arrangement helplessly from the position of a special anomy or non-entity. And now we're relegating her and they relegate Francis Iyari. The area given to Chief Obaseki as a paramount ruler was the richest. When Obaseki will say, Oyibo people can't give one better position in charge of timber, wood. Now, their money there, but then these Oyibo people need wood to build their houses. They need plenty palm oil to do so for Birmingham. Me, I not lie you. Everything the right time here. So, the aggrieved chief watched the new political arrangement helplessly from the position of a social from a social anomy or non-entity. The area given to Chief Obaseki as a paramount ruler was the richest in wood, timber, and other agricultural products. He was also favored with the special grant and salary scale, which equated Obaseki's with the position of a king. In short, we both can look Obaseki as a king. The selective action by the resident in favor of Obaseki led other chiefs to pitch tent against him in 1906. So what they consider, they can't treat Obaseki with the also don't feel build them up, make it come look like Oba. Then some other chief come they say, you know go agree. If you will use your barrel, where they can't the pitch tent, they can't the verse. Quand they do tafia, quand they do amebo, quand they try to deal with her. You understand? In 1906, also Chief Nana of Shekiri, who was deported in 1894, was allowed to return. I get by deal with Oni Obishakiri. Now that one even they make Obavora may say he no want more Igbo come visit am because see wetin happen to Nana Obishakiri. This naturally generated the feelings of homecoming for Oba Ovorame. Because Nana Obishakiri dey come home, people not come dey think say Oba Ovorame go come home. So they begin now want to try and put up a fight against Chief Obaseki. The case of Oba Ovorame's son, Prince Agwabasimi, who ought to deputize in his father's stead, was also revisited. So these people come to say, before him papa come, the senior son, make we give him a position now. This revisitation was accentuated by the belief that Chief Obaseki might likely be chosen as a substitute for Oba Ovorame or Prince Agwabasimi. Now understand, by the time they come the thinker, say make Agwabasimi become Oba, because then they fear say Obaseki dem fit come make am Oba as a substitute. They no wan care about Oba again. Now the people come dey invest, they come dey do so many things, come carry out wetin they call pressure group. This revisitation was accentuated by the belief that Chief Obaseki might likely be chosen as a substitute for Oba Ovorame or Prince Agwabasimi. I will abandon Agwabasimi. I go tell you now how Oba Ovorame see all these things. He even named his first son Agwabasimi and named his daughter Igwiyisi. So I go tell you now the story. It's time, not be today. The one when I want to talk today now. Obaseki hypothesis now I want to talk. So was just biopolarized into Agwabasimi camp. So the people can call them two into side. One side for Obaseki and the other side can they say those sides for Oba Ovorame, they call them the royalists. People will like Oba like them, Grisomo, will like Oba, like Obaseki. It can't dey middle. The royalists who favor the restoration of the monarchy and Obaseki camp, and the royalists who favored the choice of Chief Obaseki. And anti, people will not like royalists, they favor choice of Chief Obaseki. The royalists had spread this gospel of restoration through secret campaign to the extent that most districts in unison refused to oblige the payment of taxes, tribute, and other directives emanating from the residents. Now here, now the people come to vex, they say they not pay any money, they don't want to do anything, they come to take on it, they protest. Then Obaseki come the people will support her. You go to give them something way good position, big land, big farm. They have armed themselves preparatory to a showdown with the European. These people now, the pressure group, don't divest. They say they're ready to work with knife. I don't lassie. They have themselves preparatory to a showdown with the Europeans and their supporters. When this plan was divulged, leaked, when the plan come open, say these people they plan something by anti-royalists to the British government, Obaseki camp, then go tell Oyibo people, say, see these people, then they plan revolt, they want to do so many things. Britain responded, Britain the pack soldier come out, troops from all corners of the newly declared 1906 Protectorate of Southern Nigeria and quell the movement in a brutal manner, reminiscent of 1897, just like the same as 1897. Yeah, you know, see man, I give me warrior now. Otherwise, okay, for not to get out where they do all the things where they do now. Now all these things, all these type of things, now kill our warriors. They really kill a lot of them. Like Asoro, when they fight for Sakmomba Road, now Asoro die. A lot of them. I go show now the statement where you both get a foreign office now get that statement. Where Ologbosere make. Say he did there. In their house when they call her, he never goes but much more saying they go water side, that now Ugoton. When they come call her, may go fight a white man. I'll read down and I go download that here for Namona see. Now that one I'll end this story today. Go see her. So they kill all the people in a brutal manner, reminiscent of 1897. Many heads rolled. This was the popular Benin scare of 1906. From now onward, the state of unspeakable enmity between Chief Obaseki and loyalists of the Oba in exile, symbolized in Prince Agwabasimi, became deepened and institutionalized in Benin politics. Now, see, and person will write this book, he don't write a long too. He said from this period upward, now that name, what they call DNA, it did them Obaseki blood, it did their body, and so then be. This now the thing will happen. All this they can institutionalize them for Benin politics. Can't even do Benin politics. This state of affair outlived the life and times of Oba Ovorame. All this now the thing will happen. Where during that time. I don't want to take on our time today too much. I would like to do part 2 of this Obaseki hypothesis as a traitor. DNA, Monasia, how the country bring in son, we can't eat, we can't turn to get the title for by Eweka. I go return. I go do that one next topic. I say I get topics, a lot of Benin history, where a lot of people don't know. We go last us for 5 years for topics. We go the talk and we go the talk and we go the talk and new way they talk and so. And I know say me now Kagbe. Now they bring goat for me and you. Now they bring woman come for me. Me go they marry plenty wife. If I not bring, I not talk it. You are one. I just keep quiet. I don't know me. Am I? So I be want to see read the statement where Ologbosere make for Igbo for that Palava court. He did the copy, not the original, they not do wayo put. He did for the trial. Mona, give me some time. In case that my brother always say want join me just now. Mr. Lucky, why they look for this thing? I don't know where you did. Good afternoon, sir. May you contribute for this matter, I beg. All the story when I talk. So ask me questions so that make a chief our fair answer.
Yeah, well, I just started, but what I understand there, you are talking about the DNA of traitor, the Obaseki family.
Yes, I tell happen. The hypothesis for Bavorame case.
But wait, bring all these things now.
What you bring and come now? The reason why I bring and come and say problem in Nigeria now. If you not person where they follow social media, so they follow me. Everybody they talk about Obaseki do this, Obaseki do that, Obaseki don't come back again with Ogiame and all these things. This kind of story, it resembles the thing will happen for Ogiame time. I hope you understand. That's not the reason why I bring and come. Not cost me here, just talk your own. No.
Yeah, bros, why we not focus about development of our state, but bring something will divide us? Why?
You know, divide us.
Okay, now this kind of things now. It's not. We're not discussing about embezzlement now.
No, wait. This not the development. People they talk say DNA, trait of betrayal. They don't know how it take on. Now bring and come out. They hide this book. Now we write the book.
Who you betray? If he betray you, sworn to court now. If he betray you, sworn to court.
I tell you, say they betray me. You not get something to talk. Maybe better person come here and leave you. At least I not fit talk anything, may you get out. All this now the wasted Benin people where they will not know anything. Now people fight the Benin name where they claim they go. If I were you, I'll just go tie rope, you kill yourself. People they talk say this now it will happen. This now how it happen. For Benin, everybody the quarter say they don't make a second Oba. For Benin, that they talk say they initiate that they don't make them. Somebody talk. We have to explain to people so that people go make their own decision. Memari Wosa, Memati Wemana. Go do your own video. If anybody get phone call where anybody get contribution, I go put my phone for you and make you talk on. So in all this now, waiting me see today, why I bring this matter come out, we say, make everybody understand how this matter they take come, how it be. So it's up to you now to say whether it will date their DNA or they not date their DNA. Somebody from Italy phone now. Hello?
Hello.
Chairman, well done. Yes, oh. Kakabo. Wakarakwa. Tai. Obi edo no oni di efua osie Morocco no di efua eze yo e. Yeah. Yeah.
A press conference.
Yeah.
There is fire on the mountain.
Yes.
A man, I beg a bit the first time, which is 4 years ago.
Yes.
I supported the second one.
Yeah.
And I mean +4+4+4+4.
Yeah.
Okay, well, okay, no promise we are development too.
Yeah.
On a development in Nenya, a kingdom of him, all no report as to Tonania.
On a fair year, va.
I support a banner. The one I'm with there. I'm going to be there. I cannot win already a big joma.
I can't be a big joma.
Oh, yeah, I see the woman.
Kakabo.
When the name and I, all the men, me I a be and was soon now. Where he support a man now? And I cannot eat care. No,
But Ogiameni ni ya mwe position na ni. No ya ka mai no ga no ya ri obohin. Ga yo teme A case in Asunu 2015. This case happened in 2015. Oshomole ne wa unu no zedo, obi edo no. O mwe case na, ona muge police, ona mo ari court. A man na afun ebe ba, no na afun ebe this case ona Ogiamie, ona afun ebo. Obi edo ro ware. O wa fine. Then he maybe hon senia, me hon said yo we iya wa beg wa Ogiame. Amana gwa edi aka do me akeda do me number 1 oba number 2 oba number 3 oba number 4 oba e pride my way atiku bere abogbemu jaka we governor bebo ni amatra e
8 years forever.
oh
Support Obaseki. No man quiet now. Who are feed on? Obaseki. Quality 4+4.
emiagi unya iya magwa kan iya magi gwa kan iya na ya ateme Okowa Peter Obi benana wa gbu no wa
This is not time to support politicians now. Fight for your kingdom. Valeria a platform why I support Obaseki. Anymore service over from Italy. In Nigeria was to support Obaseki. Here where yes, you have been fighting for development of that country of those states. You have to use your platform now to fight for the kingdom wherever we are doing working. Nigeria was or knowing you're shaking the fool. You want to come out now.
Naja watch Guanania, Melaja and Naja watch.
No, yes.
Asokagbe.
Yes, you are the president of Naja watch. Even on master. This
Moere vis.
Man, what is he doing all this for?
Amahe.
Will he remain in power forever?
Ubege na Italian ya beni gwete etawa mwenini na wetreto no. Ye nini. Owa lile a great grandfather yan wa de. Otema wese o mabe kan be la a line. Before my people, before I read this Ologbosere statement, I'd like to greet our sister, presenter analyzer. You're number one noka gwayemena. Ona imi bie do ya ona imi abunya ya no eme social media ne platform ne ya gwanya we o janakin. It's a pretty na igresomo. Ije governor or we am no suno we no sunu nakin. Gresomo tamubwe. Ohono jobawe obawe venebu takia obawe jedo odo abe vagi miebe do ami obe vare do moja. Hello. So go ahead, talk.
Yes, greetings to everyone. I want to quickly contribute.
Contribute, my brother.
Yes, my contribution is this. Many Edo people are living in denial. The denial is that whenever there is anything happening to our institution,
yes,
it should be a concern of every Edo man.
Correct.
It should be a concern of every
Omo working omo no wa bowa omo na biese.
Because see, I was born in Benin City. I grew up in Benin City from the Omorodio family at the Kenwa Road.
Thank you.
Then I left Benin at the age of 15. I did all my studies in the UK, from my college down to my masters in the UK.
Yeah, I know Omorodio Street for Kenwa Road.
I'm moving in Canada now when I'm on a course. I'm going to return back to UK. So now,
thank you.
This is my quick take on this, sir.
Yeah.
I respect you so much. I so much love your program, and you know, as an elder, even if I disagree with anything, which I've not seen anything that I can disagree with,
thank you.
Never come out disrespectfully to present my case. But on this issue now, this topic you just presented now, I wholeheartedly support everything you said.
Yeah.
People should always come out to resist whatever it is.
Yes, sir.
Bringing insult to our institution.
Yes.
The governor has no right to start with Obaseki. The Supreme Court decided that case and the case was settled.
Yes.
So why will Obaseki again? Why will this case again still become a topic in Obaseki's government? So
yes,
you know, we have to understand that after Obaseki's government and the way forward, people should never allow anyone anymore who will be a traitor to our institution become a governor in that state.
Thank you.
Be very careful of whoever comes in, and people should wake up. Many of our people are living in denial. I mean, them are so ignorant, they are misguided.
Yes.
So they come and they say things again. I've seen people say things against. I've never seen a Yoruba man insulting the Oni of Ife. I've never seen
at all.
I've never seen people say a joke man insulting in the palace, saying all sorts of things to. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe it's parental upbringing. Maybe they were nowhere brought up. Maybe their parents said they actually training them properly.
Or Messi working, or mocking me, or Messi were working. I abuse me. Abuse.
You will never insult your institution if you properly trained.
At all. At all. So now everybody, now they insult. Everybody. Yes. Our pride.
Yes. So you cannot tell me because you've been around Benin for a long time, you have no regard anymore for your institution. You are still a failure. Because I've never seen an Englishman insult the Queen of England. God save the Queen, wano. Our little
I so much love this, and may God continue to bless you and keep you in good health, and bless everything that concerns you, and bless your home, and bless your family.
And you too. Same to you. Same to you. Same to you. Where's the kakabo? May I take another call? Hello, go ahead. Call from Germany. Tell me your name and where you calling from. Not cost me. You are Tama now. Don't come out. So, Madam Gresomo, I don't tell you what happened. What make me vex now. No say me with Obaseki na friend. Now he gave me JP. If you like me, go carry a JP. If case not taken, say all the people where they serve under the government. Why you will resign? Mona resign. This na insult. Mona not let me vex. Mona not let me vex at all. When you will resign here, where you? Are you carry some? Hello, go ahead. Hello, go ahead, talk.
Hello, Papa.
What?
Papa.
Where's
Happy
it?
Sunday.
Happy Sunday to you. Happy Father's Day. Where's it? He said.
Mami, nana na kwakana, money. Ya ubone woka mubokuta, mwenya.
Yeah.
So, no matter bad lulo ni we, no support Obaseki na do Afrique. Obaseki na ya.
No, I'm not ya anywhere. I'm not guy ni ya anywhere. I'm an supporter. In a position to talk to Obaseki with no ma. Politics. Okay, ni one okay, ni any support or respect ya. Or where any phone any atama where governor man. Gbena na no una ma. We understand. Guy ni ya me. Oh yeah me. Yeah.
Manedo ya pitare uja aya simi woma oji tiari yesigi ona jopo nedo emi opano hin Obaseki o echifi ne anyo be babedu adeka seti isunu
Osunu ne ya benene palace ne
baba iska ni fi abe palace agogo meme ama no bogo meme mi go o meme fi ojo
ahunwa be nya na wetu we ahunwa be nya na ibi mai do nwa ya ti gbuna yeah yeah yeah.
Thank you.
Anybody no do Latin, or Obaseki na we have a near your last and okay, go game,
He said. Kakabo. Yeah. Oh, I could be.
You are disturbing me. I want to do something. What do you want?
Oh, I could be.
I said to help you. I said, I'm not getting no money. Yo.
No, yeah, I mean, you may believe where what near him or Nemo and Lavicano, okay, what time I will Mario Bobai.
Hello, Ipa. Let's know that the network.
Sorry about that. They don't take juju to spoil my team. God day. Now true they talk. They spoil am. They carry my leg, they take and knock this thing, the wire can't come off from brokers. So my people, the man from Germany, it's your turn now to talk. My brother, talk before I read the statement where Ologbosere make for Igbo. Go ahead, talk. What talk? What talk your ba? What's it? Yeah. Kakabo. Our government.
Especially a show ni deba ibi botawe eriedo eriakia babibo eriedo kono babibo usunyani ndwala dem social media do atale nonsense usunyani or be here Obaseki eki
Yeah.
Obaseki or as in we do na we do okerebe no ga few project in no make no boy my say na
yes
Obaseki shirebe
Kakabo.
A family qui a même fait il y a répit.
Yes, oh.
Qui n'ont pas cette famille qui a mené et il y a c'est un pouvoir et doliri awa kuya ya foi.
Yes.
Là il y a même il y a kuna. Il y a obagima obe bunu obe noa.
Yeah.
Mais même il y a que obaima na e. Asi oriri be be kwenya o hebi muya we oba ati oba even the be awo iya ugbe
Kakabo.
Iya ugbe
Kakabo.
Was imasi awe
Awa poli awe.
Ya dedo faro niya utaji o niya na mobabi am de ngase
Yes.
amiwe munda ke niya bebe niya egbedi na o iya set
Emi o jawa no magimo ni makaya gun oba atokpe awado ame vabe do ati ogame atofianwu. Get as it be.
Baba sunu o je doni
Bokaya sunu ibi outside Fulani take over. Ibi edo ni bwana na we bo weye.
Ekwani amata we ya be obani ya go we da pe ya bai sunu we to je doni emi agwa o ha de muya
Emna ni balome. Emna ni balome. O balome.
Ya kuna oba ya ma oba ni ya ku obedo
Emi awa onikin governor wow. Imi ate kawe governor emo bobo oteme itoge mawe. For the past 2 years, that the way a governor woba wegwa with me. Na discuss with the doa yama una mi oba mi governor. But I can show me na ro. Oba can we anything at all. Show me dance around of yakpo. Okay, ma, you yeah, do I take baby nana around there? Why when it be my when imagine agua? Of your by told him my way, if I may no buniata, the here water by his thread do, Obaseki, or my understand that do. Don't my understand that to tia time I will not even Rayani. Debe no bayala debe na ewa na yare edin be ya ka wetin e be rebe na owo de gberi agbon be na agori agbon era no kwa era great grandfather gberi o nye o ni edo awo e ma ta ma no wo be ri o go ta go he what time
oya de gbe bayan de yi bodo munda yema ise me no gwana oye do pataki be oyu do me
correct
meno guana
correct
eri meno quite agure 120 years or iragun or ero gbe bani
wa be doctor na church doctor Kagwere
oye Kagwere or guana
yes
ime as in now ime you are begging nani but ni no wa fita mi o ime watch a program every time Naija watch family ime wa ke WhatsApp ke YouTube ime wa watch him no
Kakabo
ya beta papa now when otimare efis no be mwe mata na no be mwe la tia ma be tun ajo
eti me mwe la jana ni ame mo revis
okay
yen kede gbe no temegwa
papa e no ya me ya tabe yo ni pe e ma so we ro be side yen wodo ni waka abo wa be ge e program yen ni when ye be no be wale to pa be ya mwe la tia de be ro na oge do na kina na oge gbo oge yoba oge wachi oge ma na kina e to we ojaya si e bo ma
kakabo
ojaya si e bo ma o papa ni ma me mi obi muta iya oni ya mu pa imani iya mu ekoto eni ni ya oni ya mu ekoto be ni ya wo ka musa
o teme mi opa ya tamawe emi opa ya tamawe
so lo pa o de eni ni ya jimane e ro kan jikian
ise
aro pa ni go o Yoruba o Igbo o Kalaba o Nyamiri o no we ye ade ya do sage ekete o imani de dona Ariana sunu Aria be de sunu
ise dioga aje
when Obaseki when when keke ba be de moki face abe banana mokini when ya when ekenya be na ona we me yese tinye te di we to ya gbe me na
riga na
when ya yo we to when ya when
eboya gbese yo ma
ogo kan when ya when na do mi pe agba kuya iya ya ke Obaseki ke yurai na awa kuya bali ese lo fe ya
aki we na ma ya rewe bo ibi edogi redo
Jimmy I me ko na dia ina wa ye ko la do ufuru abe nya no ina wa ye ko la
no ni history metasin we we gbere ona ya je o iwa je o ne won be do ma me believe we agwa we gbere yo agwa wa we gbere na ekino wa do yen wa be do na o dolele wike o be o kan be sun adolele ko wa na metoge oh be wa be mi yan be sun agba bo kin bo wa bo ko wa e betrayal we gbe be sun
betrayal wa no betrayal o bia na wa ki o bia na o se na kuye we marry awa ko ye to ya pa ye muri
me na go oge no go ha gewe the next thing ya we awari obo hinbo ya dey explain me ya mame ya worry obo hinbo we state government won bo we zo we emo bo we ezo ni na ya fan na fan risco ya na fan egbe meri oma no re agencies no go no ya fin gbe amasi wa gwo ba simi amata na gwo ba simi igwe obi gbore manania igwe be YouTube channel where I'm not supporting the governor of Edo State for what he's doing is wrong obi gboto na now
obey Isaac do or Uganda Isaac do
but tell me Omabe can be answer call Omabe can be full where's it the last caller where's it Kakabo my people governors wey don't first try this type of things me I know what happen to them one George Agbazika ini no ya ba doge my Moritala where Morita no ya ba doge my federal government where if you do go be Moritala ahem no suna eke no kola kori yiji egbe no be apa okpawo no ma be pegbe na oto ogbe bebo ani na ati oni ma ba ti oye le gbule oni tepa obo kan na ohan ma isage atu ekwa ya ma Obaseki ma no ya kuno na obi ejo no agbe edo agbe edo agbobioma agwo homa fi obi na ya dey. That is why we kept quiet. That is why Edo kept quiet. Go be Edo wo nana. Egbebi nana edema ye. Midwest Republic, you are welcome. Talk.
Okay, pardon, Mosa.
What? La
Good
Mujane.
evening, sir.
Ramuja.
Okay.
Who's calling in? Hello, go ahead. What? The device where the device you are giving your. Yeah. What?
I want to speak for Pidgin because I believe
the pigeon, yeah, near your home.
Make other people day. I beg, vote for whether you be Christian or whether you not be Christian. You know what they pay me? What Obaseki they put on so. If they let all Africa down.
Kakabo.
People, they always they say Africa. We know they cooperate. When
yes.
they say, oh my planet,
yeah.
This thing, because I listened one for one today when there is a Diwa. Now I explain now where.
Yes.
If I tell you say I dey poor sis. Whether you be Christian, because at this one we dey fight, African nation they fight. Say, may we show ourselves to Western world. Say,
yes.
we ready to help ourselves. We dey cooperate.
Yes.
Because I wanted they know us to Nigeria, the city when I did. I remember a few years ago.
Yes.
Our nation where we dey call Boga Master.
Yeah.
We get some black people where they there for SPD meeting with this party where they call SPD meeting.
Yeah.
So me I not join it. Other man say I they work with state, but I don't get the time to begin to follow those party meeting.
Yeah.
So when these people begin to quarrel, they fight. Now you know what this Boga Master talk?
Yeah.
He say why he be say una way be black. Una know they cooperate, una know they understand each other to make something there easy for una work together.
Yes.
Una they always they fight una self. When they cause that in a position for money matter, money when they want it gets organization where they put inside there. Say okay, in Africa where it get problem. When are we there for the get money to the help that Africa? So these two French people men they fight. When they tell me. They say now what people got master talk with that. The thing pay me. I say not true talk now. Now so our people they do.
Yes, not
so,
true. My banner
I don't be Christian.
Mm.
I don't be Christian. This matter no concern me. I beg. I know say Nigeria get big thing, big problem matter now where we carry where now. But
yeah.
Baba, you everybody both this matter not shame. Believe me, not shame. Obaseki they let all Africa down. But Obaseki you put that thing because when is what you explain now money because he said once they bring those things back, any person, any in a palace they put this, they bring those things back, give money they follow these things which we all know.
Yes.
So it's business what Oyibo they describe us for. When they say Oyibo now he put Western world, now he put Africa put for condition. When
yes.
they see this, so when we call the show to them.
Yes.
Everybody know the history of Benin. Say two upper not there for Benin, two upper not there for Benin. Which time? Otherwise, say I see them you. Now which time two upper take this? My grandmother for tell me now. My grandfather.
I'm not better though.
No. Now I make me the speaker for Pidgin. Make everybody. This will not be matter say traditional matter no concern me. This is matter of say we are letting Africa down.
Kakabo.
So it was sure say the rate when people take the insult Benin, it was sure say really our people now they really they sponsor them.
Yes.
But some of our people when they see the enter mix they be like one man where see they do YouTube. Small matter go just come out. That man go always they look for a chance to insult to use internet, throw match to palace. Other man is saying in a Benin.
Now monkey face that they call her.
Not be monkey face. One still this pain.
I listen to them. Now then you go know the truth waiting for this matter. I beg. Make our people Obaseki both him and the gang where they do. Make you know this. They let Africa not only Benin. Because this thing they know say now money they don't they fight for.
Yes.
Yeah, that is the fact. Now money they don't they fight. And the thing they say, what did they pay me for our people? The money they go come now. Are they going to use it to help Benin? No. They will begin to build so macho when they build for that there. Now so they do they let Benin down for because of this
Where? I do not yet.
This matter, everybody.
Nekpen, keep quiet now because Nekpen, here I never break governor. Ona hunwa magwa. Because they talk about Osula.
Because I saw they talk. I get other friends who is here for city party. Now so they say they talk about Africa. Say when it comes to money matter, they don't want to fight the asset. It's a party there.
Yes, so. Thank you, my sister. Thank you.
Because we can let ourselves down.
Where?
What those people go think now? They say, it don't reach the party money matter now. They want fight, but now what did they describe us? But now Obaseki. History of Benin. If we never ever hear and say there was a time went to Obaseki for Benin, Edo State, we know say okay, all those artifacts. Now people around Edo State or that Benin, now it one. Now we know that one. But not before they say they settle this matter now to go they support other people where one form. So now then they dwell Egua. Now they swell up name now.
Yes.
Okay, look at that boy now. That boy where they tell now they do any what they call this boy name. See the kind thing when that boy
monkey face.
He neck beneath down. So now this kind of people now they support us. Oh yeah, they do a momo. Where you go they make even the adult children. Your love for the culture go they weak.
Not true.
They lost this culture for said. This culture when they hear so negative word about our palace.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Both Christian when if they let Africa down, I'm really dwelling because now the thing when they describe Africa put with this.
My sister, 1 minute. May you give us suggestion how we'll take solve this matter because this thing they really pay, it will cause big problem for Benin. Honestly.
They pay everybody. This matter na matter when both people will support Obaseki. Because before, as who talk at this morning say, they say normal before Obaseki they listen to people when they support them. They say now you know they listen to them again.
You see? And I hear that.
But we don't go give up. May we not give up.
Well, thank you very much. Una de hear and I say may we not give up. Thank you, madam. Thank you. Una hear the thing where our sister talk. Now unless she come out now, first woman where they come out, come talk about this matter. Because the thing pain for body. Now I made this woman they talk so. So anybody where want phone in before our brother Midwest Republic go talk for this matter, it go profuse solution to it. Either make everybody write petition. Make we sign up for those in diaspora. Not be all this kind of way that they can't talk Peter Obi. Just carry paper. We'll just decide petition. Go give governor. Governor, Grace Omo. You say waiting whether I see for paper and not see for this thing. You and I know say your picking where you born, governor. You know say his talk say na classic in read. You know what it be classic? Go diplomacy. Right from the day where they said they want Tom Benin to fire, now they go palace. From that day where Oba talk for this matter, we not call the see governor with Oba. Then inside it, they can't talk about artifact. Artifact where I know people they talk say money they come from it. How much they come from it? Where governor not get. Governor get that money. And they come here quickly answer our brother with daylight.
A governor might make it with toothpick.
My brother, 4 minutes talk.
Okay. I want to thank you for the topic that you brought today.
I bet wait first, Oga Francis. Elvis Johnson, I warn you again. Don't you come here and write a comment anything way they talk there. Not come here and comment.
When I admin, I block any delete any quality.
Admin, block him away. Go ahead,
when
my brother. Go ahead, talk. Now then, go ahead.
So what I want to thank you for the topic you brought today.
Thank you.
But remember, today the Edo people, many of them, they join Peter Obi. When I forget, say the same tele, they handle the Igbo people case
Yeah.
When they say make a Oba can't give them freedom, say they don't need to get SND for Edo land, say they don't pay. Any country when they stay more than 10 years, they're supposed to give them refugee for there. So now, what you will make me the story, the history, is that confusing. This history of this Benin kingdom, they confusing because some give the real story, some give the fake story. But to me, if you ask me, I don't see Okiame like Oba. I see Okiame like another place, another family. Oba na Oba, they don't really see two Oba from a Benin kingdom. But the problem is this, remember, I'm in the Toko Bonile, what's in the Toko clap for the other better?
Yeah.
You know, they say the clap for Obaseki now, Obaseki not do anything for Benin. All of them say they must die because of Obaseki. Now Obaseki is gone now. Because of the money when follow Antifa company, Obaseki they keep money with palace.
Wait, the money where they come Benin now from Oyibo people and the money where Obaseki they collect. I mean, the thing it get confused.
This
Say,
is the reason why the Edo people, many of them, I always say it, die with that number, many of we Edo, we they're very, very stupid because why? They're going to support Obaseki for projects what they're going to do for back of house. Go to vital area in Edo State, people house, all don't sink. No road to pass, no street lights, Abraba everywhere, Fulani everywhere, everything they tedious. I never see one good thing what Obaseki do for those states. That is making everybody, sometimes when you bring the issue of Obaseki, many people come out here and want to die. At the end of the day, look at what happened. Obaseki be handling.
no, my brother, the people will support Obaseki. A lot of them not happy with this course, with this Ogiame matter. They are not happy with him. Then they call we want to petition. We want to petition. All of them must sign out. No must sign
na beginning be this, so Obaseki go here. It don't pull hard for Agbaka mouth. He go here. Oh boy, you know Agbaka. Well, I mean, Obaseki.
Oh, we go, Mr. Oga Francis, make you wait. Another person, Dayline, one of our conscripted.
No, may just provide your own solution because this issue na beginning.
Mr. Noruwa, go ahead. Hello? The phone line. Domo, sir. Domo. Hello, go ahead, go on. Obota. Kobeba, where's Kakabo? Where's it? Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So
Edoni, Osota Fema, Osote San, Eya Zunu Edo. Iya hemi no sunu. Me hon said your where a day, Ogo Gamenya Ekaya Swe. Iya a day. Many me hon said the rumor allegedly. So imagine look bebo by pigeons a benatie, a benina de ni natie ni. If you dog by a na. Emi ya a program in me.
Emi no roto na tana agbon ye bene na tie newspaper so ke do e agbon yo a.
Me atai, weta mi ma mi atai. Weta mi ma mi atai.
So, me come one hour, a penny, I win at the end. If you go, I come going out.
Guangyang. De Benongi.
A newspaper that is all not here.
Okanikata. Unyime nere Obaseki ka we great grandfather era no kwa nyime no ka ni inaka Tony. Then ogo giamie egie bonke aroto oje federal court oje supreme court since 2015. Yeah. What's it? What's it? I will withdraw a case in a do gay or we do gay. On a megua, on a do gay, on a bebe, a benag benag benny how. Yeah, I'll tell Gamma at top pay. Yeah. I'm with you now. But renovate the palace.
Now discuss the solution. The solution should be discussed.
Oh my partner, we say we not give my the solution here because we involved there.
Where's I panelists can have it go on. Hello, madam. 2 minutes, go on. Hello, go ahead, talk. What? Where's it? Go ahead.
I'm very, very angry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obaseki no ora sumu vetenero evorowa. Awa sungu arisco ora sumu.
It's
Yeah. Mama, he where Yeah, where Obaseki we do no, on a do. Hey, my bugbe, I will home a few will be. Lao.
Too much. I'm not making with Europe, to the estate,
Yeah. Where's it, Kakabo? Where's it?
Okay.
Where's it? Uta ma na iseti unia na ya big as a kenujo usano where mama koyo where's it? Where's it? Day, 1 second. Oh, we lost that caller. Please, ladies and gentlemen, viewers at home, make una help me greet our great brothers. 2 of them. One Midwest Republic, and the other one Mr. Moruyi. The other one Oba of Benin. I don't know. Mr. Oba of Benin, go ahead before Mr. Moruyi come. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, Oba of Benin.
Pardon. Yeah, where's it?
Go ahead.
Where's the programming now?
Denu yagima yo.
Okay.
Hello. Denu agwa.
Then, where's the programming now? I so much.
Remember a channel no yagimeni. Johnny your wagwanre with the camera no use, but a 2 YouTube okay na 2 YouTube browser okay. Dokpayo then every echo with the allow.
Okay. Are they okay now?
Very well. Good. Go ahead.
Okay. What's the programming now? A solution, a planning is that. And here what logo because most of us need calling on and Ewebo Mayaji. So
Yeah.
the only solution I think is that no matter every matter the grievances no marion if Europe will so a petition it will be very fine. Now get a Kobokugbe, I will present us here and get a journey together near Kobokugbe. Now put it through. Na Boya sign. Then have one I will liaise with, to forward it. So even master is do what we do no rogwa. If an ame every year we went do we get it in our way there a way we run I to ya strengthening ya. Now we the encouragement in ya. Ni have mobilize the something like that. So because a man or kaka do I expect no bad to boy do sanction anything if they will be like implicated. So Obaseki way normal ban Ukpima, ma mobilize Gbima, ma rally around ourselves and do anything possibly we can do. Is it just a governor? I impeach a governor. If the masses I will protest. So people should rally around anyway. That's my contribution.
What's it? Mr. Moruyi. Mr. Moruyi is not there now. When I hear what our brother talk, he say every social media presenters they should be ready to use their channel, their platform to condemn this thing, make them speak to Godwin Obaseki. They listen to everybody, make him know. I title now, he don't know what I take on me now for this topic when I put. The thing go reach out. Like me finish now, I go send the video to them. You understand? So I go send out to them, say, believe people the verse, people did diaspora the verse. Hello, go ahead. What? Matewu were watching, man. What we are hearing is that in 2015, Robert and Lakpo. Arisco Ogiamie. Ona ya megbe egie. Egeni Oshomolo repower. Oshomolo na mohu. Ona wa mi obevare do. Oshomolo na ona the police yana ya declare Arisco wanted. Yagi mwe yana mwe yiseli. Ana bele yana charge radi court. Nana Oduzole ha no gbera. Ewori o last month April. Merowa memege monkey face me phone number me ona phone me. This is April awatana. Owe wage owe Obaseki okan find school recognize that school no kan mwe na risco. Emena we in Nigeria meje na me make be very wana to relele ya kan stop ogenuta and afin phone ya. Mena news da na say anas amana say oware 3 weeks na what na we are talking about last month April May. Ona ware where a case in ni agui Obaseki yo born worry. Meaning Arisco take Agwe state government Igwezo. State government win a bobo. A judge now win a file for a criminal case is free. So hey Arisco na go here. Ona ya swa go megi ona swa perform me here. So ona no why problem in that. Then evoke to since Obaseki Mazeyo Nedia Omana phone wa Owegwa Owogiame ya wari innovate okan wari webe na wegwa esobona beta where a governor or the whole Adjania ya but now where no evidence for that, but we are innovator odawe egwa I mean odawe governor omanola dan where Obanukpo give by king well oba king utatan mem ko be na bi me na tie utatan ama atie do utatan de how come be na ya sununa ina we research ina tie mi ya yeah allegedly yeah emeso we matter wa no ya beni magwana na ya wari no vete palace ni okay ona be ebe na bogu ogiewe wa be kin oba we wa be kin em no gba ni kia
correct. Mommy, I swear your body have video. I swear your body. I swear your body. I swear your body. Anyhow, video where I want to ask your body. I mean, when your body is way more water. Every no bag at all. If any surona, if you are doing no more, if no more here, no, you must be a nookie. You're all of this one. You're this that. All of in Europe, you wanna or in Nigeria. The man like every no barrier. You wanna heritage of him, like him die cabo. Not even my die, you know, die. I will get one of you, but then I'm mobilized. I will get my and then I will use peaceful rally where you know, buy no battle. No. So that help us security or governor way, and we have to your weapon. So we only had the pure affair when I can't really wear the pure or my back. So now organize the affair at Moya Conba. As far as we have this food this peaceful rally.
well so emata wata social media presenters waya hemene otimanata owe mi no gba o owe mi no gba owe nu waya so ladian na so yo eho ago yo eho wonyi me dana hin we say otima no gwa keke ba. So my people, Mr. Moruya, are you there? Truth teller, if you do that again, they're not the swear for here. Truth teller, if you do that again, you will be banned for life and in heaven, according to Elvis. You'll be banned for life. Mr. Murray, you are welcome to the show. Please tell us your own take for this matter. This thing, the thing they pay me for body.
Yeah, honestly, what attracted me to, I just closed from church. This allegation that was giving me concern.
Please, can you speak up a bit? Speak up a bit, please.
Okay, I've not been following. I just closed from church. But what actually attracted me to the show is this betrayal syndrome, betrayal narrative that has been on for a very long time. I thought you were referring to the betrayal right from the time of Oshomole to Wike to other, insinuations. I've not been comfortable by what they mean by betrayal. I think you are talking on a different topic entirely today. I wanted to debunk some things that have been on for a long time. When people are playing politics, it's all politicians are betrayers. So it's only Obaseki, but I think what you are saying is different from my impression I had when I came in.
Yes, it's different.
I wanted to debunk if it's the one between him and Oshomole. Obaseki is not a betrayer. Oshomole is even the greatest betrayer of the people. If it's the one between him and Wike, Obaseki is not a betrayer. Wike is even the greatest betrayer. They have their own problem. So I thought it was just on those insinuations.
Okay, you understand the problem now.
I know I'm not getting that, but when you were explaining to the last caller, I could get one or two things from what you were saying. I think that one is a very sensitive issue, and I don't know what transpired, and I don't want to. It's not something I want to jump people. Anything that has to do with our Reverend Monarch, it's not something we have to, drag publicly, and I think it deserves the greatest respect we can, most for our palace. And again, I don't like the idea of people trying to drag the palace into their mocking workers of politics. It deserves the greatest respect we can for the palace. But I don't have the details, so I don't have the much to contribute.
The details is that I've explained it just now. The details is that since Oba of Benin, when he was going to be crowned, was just a Henede in 2015. Arisco came out to preparing for his own coronation.
Arisco was preparing for coronation as what?
For himself to be coronated as the Ogiame of Edo. He said there's nothing like Oba that Ogie. Ahami of Edo, not Oba, that he is the authentic one, he is the one. Then he carved out a specific position, places, and for himself. So Oshomole was the governor then. Oshomole got upset to hear this. Oshomole declared him wanted and used all the police officers to look for Ogiame. Then invariably they got him arrested and charged him to court. So that is Oshomole, who is not a proper Benin man, who is an Edoma. So Oshomole then left the case and left the power. Ogiame has been fighting with this case for years. All of a sudden, this year, a month ago, Obaseki went and told the court that he has no hands in it, the state government has no hand in it, and they should withdraw the charges and all the case. So automatically, Ogiame is free, is decriminalized, and is free to go ahead with his coronation. So people have been urging me to do a video to sensitize the Edos, tell them that this is not fair. I refused, I kept quiet. But when I sat down, I read books about Ogiame, I went to Ogiame's video, what they are saying, how the British gave them the paper, how a subsequent edit, traditional rulers edit, invariably nullified the paper which they were holding. They only had some traditional council, the Edo one, Tundokwa and all those things, that Ogiame was not mentioned. So I came to Obaseki, I checked his why they call him DNA. I got her books and I found out that his father, his great-grandfather, was one of those who betrayed Obavorame, and that their name is Ago. And that Obaseki is a title. Look at all the things they do in authentic book like this. If you check the camera, you will see this. Then Obaseki surfaced there. How he did many things he did, just exactly what this current Obaseki is doing. It's not different from what the great-grandfather has been doing. This is what I've been trying to tell my people on this video. Then, having discussed that, then I don't call on the Edos in diaspora that please, please, we will want you to suggest ways we can stop this, because this is a disgrace. It's a taboo on our tradition. It's an insult to the Edos.
Yeah, thank you for your wonderful explanation. It's kind of me. Where has this? I don't know much about this. Where has this Jamia been ever since? Where would it come from nowhere to be dragging the palace? He has never been anywhere.
Truly, Ogiame exists as a chief. The real Ogiame, the apparent head to Ogiame, is nowhere to be found.
Okay,
and
yes.
This Arisco is from the maternal side of this Osarabo, who is supposed to be the Ogiame. If you are conversant, you know about Benin history. You cannot wish away, though we didn't have a written text, but each time there is going to be a coronation, there's what they call a Kyokpara. That a Kyokpara is now being modernized to be called a treaty. And that treaty says, it states a lot of things there. I'm doing another video. I have a lot of topics for Benin history that will last us here every week. Even if it's every day, it will last 5 years. This one, I just made short notice to give the biography of Obaseki DNA hypothesis. That's what I've done today. The real nitty-gritty, it's not only him. Some other chiefs were involved too. Ayobahan, Ero, Osagwe. A lot of them were all involved. They betrayed Ovorame. They abandoned him, they kicked him out, and when he came out, he surrendered. Ovorame stayed in Obaseki's house when he was going to court, and Obaseki was always there all the time. Obaseki's servant was a witness against Obavorame in the Palava court. And this is what I've explained today, that the same thing Obaseki is doing now. First of all, Oshomole brought you to help you to become a governor. In spite of everything, you were never a councillor, nor a local government chairman. Then, all of a sudden, catapulted you to become a governor. You betrayed him. Then you went to the other party. Now, those people are shouting, you betrayed them. Then somebody from another state who helped you, you betrayed him. Now you are going to Okowa again. Who knows if you will not betray him? Artifact. If they are going to go on the artifact case, if it's the artifact, what Obaseki wanted was that they should give him the artifact. Then he can open a museum in Lagos. Then the Oba got upset. He said, no, he not go agree. This time,
in Lagos or in Benin?
In Lagos. He was going to give them to his consultant, Henacho, his business consultant, so that they build a museum. Then it was then Oba Benin went to Abuja to go and parley with the head of state, the president of Nigeria. Then that one said that thing needs to belong to Edo, because the white people, they've given condition for releasing of those things, that they should have a proper place that will keep this artifact, and that they should build a museum that they don't mind. They will bring certain millions of dollars for them to build the museum. Now, the people are rumoring it that it's because of the money. Obaseki, that's why Obaseki has interest in it. To me, no. To me, is that Obaseki have access to a lot of money, not from the European country, and that a Ghanaian man, an architect, a consultant, has been scheduled to build to build the museum in Benin. Oba of Benin heard this. Oba of Benin was trying to acquire some more land around the palace there so that the place can be beautified as a place for tourism so that people can come and see these artifacts. Okay, my brother, my take on this now. You see where they kill those white people. Is that not a tourist attraction area where Vorame sat before taking him to Calabar? Is that not a good tourist attraction? Why, if Obaseki is so interested or he's so vast, why won't he go there and develop that place and make it a tourist attraction? Ugbune, where they kill these white people. Is that not a good attraction? Is that not a good place for history?
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I thank you for the details. I'm not too familiar with the historical perspective. I'm even hearing for the about Ojame for the first time. Ojame, I've never heard the name like that.
Ogiame, I will do I don't want to dabble into that now. I have full information. I've done my research for the past years and I've done videos concerning this Ogiame in the past. That was gave me views, brought me to recognition in YouTube before I put it down to join Nigeria Watch. If you go check Edo Watch, there are a series of videos out there. Thank you, Mr. Moruji. Let's hear from Midwest Republic. Are you there, Midwest Republic? Go ahead.
Pardon, mon sir.
What's it?
Good evening, everybody. Ebo maiza abie do azewo.
Pidgin, the pidgin. Let Emmanuel Donuneze do it home. Let them know what is happening.
The thing I want to say is that there is too much gang up against the Benin Kingdom. And those who are doing it, they are just inside. And the leader of all of them is Obaseki. And he's trying to play with something that is more than him anyway. The way it is going now, I would say let's assess because a lot of people back home supported him to power. Yeah. And seeing him taking this path, I think people have to wait to see what those people will do. And that is number one. Because they are just there, direct back home. Yeah. And we in diaspora, we supported Obaseki to power. Yeah. And which personally, my own point, I've regretted so much for saying, go and vote for this man. If you don't vote for him, I will not do this for you. That is why I say in the first coming election, I will never threaten anybody to say, if you don't go and vote for anybody in Nigeria, I will not do this, never. But the highest I can say, you can go and vote, go and get your PVC, go and try your best, and go and vote for this person. If you like, you will change your mind. I will not hold you with anything ransom because I can't try that again. With what Obaseki is doing is very, very dangerous. We have been enjoying some levels of peace within the Benin Empire for so long. It shouldn't bring trouble again. And the palace have done a lot to promote peace for the whole Edo people. Progress always triumph in environment of peace. And if Obaseki administration is not succeeding with what is going on in Edo State, he cannot blame the palace for that. He have to check people that surrounded him. He have to check his administration policy, not for him to be looking for a way to cause confusion so that people will say, Obaseki wanted to do. Now these people, now I call Kosan. So now that one, now I go see be another thing we will watch for this issue. Then we in diaspora, we need to prepare ourselves because this is like a challenge. It's a very big one. Edo, we are at the level of the palace of Giamenji. From there to a third junction where is day, how many kilometers? And now I do that here, surround Benin during war. It's in our history. Those things is still marvel the European. We not feel preserve them. That is why never feel enter UNESCO because water don't spoil all of them. When they came to Benin, they saw those things. They marveled because it was very difficult to invade Benin, and it was a war around Benin. It was one of the Oba who did it for the Benin people. Now all the chiefs in Orion, everywhere in Benin, they control their domain through the palace. They are subject to the palace. So none of them is fully like autonomous to be doing something different. So Ogiame since 11th century, after the settlement or whatever they call it, is very clear. He worked with the palace. and it was among some levels of chiefs that also work with the palace. And even require the Oba blessing to crown Ogame. It's not something only the family will do. So we need to look at this history and look at what is going on and just make it clear that Obaseki is a very wicked person. Is a man that is very satanic in nature. And I don't think anybody can, convince him easily to tell him, look, don't do this. Look, he's fighting the palace just because of money. This guy he was one of the managers of the plan where that came to Edo State during I think John Oyegu. They defraud people and a lot of people commit suicide. Now he's a governor. They are giving him the whole of Edo State money.
Use a link here, Johnny.
Okay, they give him Edo State money. He's eating the money. Once you cannot account for any money being given to you, you are synonymous to corruption. You don't account to anybody. You are not even doing anything that is good for people to remember you about as far as Edo State is concerned. Now, the money nobody can question. Imagine the whole state money is in your pocket. The Minister of Finance is in your house. They work from your house. They work from your office. They don't account to anybody. Now, only you go come and count up people what you they build. But the money, nobody knows. It's just the way they have structured Nigeria. Now, the Buhari was looking for a place to settle his people. He tried this one, not work. He promised money. Because you hear that money, you betrayed the entire South governor and you went for the money. That 20%, you wanted to put it to loss to give them 20% of Edo land. People resisted it. But now they are now entering Edo State like a barefoot soldiers. Nigeria permit them to settle in everywhere. You don't care. They come in, they are in everywhere already. So Edo people have to wake up. I think there's a lot of gang up because when you look at the insult that people are trying to pour upon the Benin people, upon their father, when you look at it, you will be wondering what is going on. Now it's very clear that there are a lot of insiders that are sponsoring these people for years. The history of Ogiame that they want to come and use to destabilize Edo people is very clear to Edo people. Ogiame issue is a very long time ago issue. These are incidents that happened in the 11th century. And by the way, the governor should be ashamed of himself. Your ancestors that never went to school, they were able to source the material to make this artifact. They have to buy. They have to transport it from somewhere. You have not been able to make research on this. How were they able to get this material to this level? They were able to establish an area, a quarter. Now we can call it a street in their days, a doing army or even a town. For years, people have been making this stuff. And the Oba finance it, he regulate it, he manage it, until what happened, 1980 something happened, even up to date. Now, they were able to design something that the German scientists, modern scientists saw. They could no longer publish the history that the black men, they were living on a tree. Because you need to have a classic civilization to be able to achieve this. The mind of the Hoba, the mind of the Benin is well known globally. It's very shameful that the greatness that our ancestors achieved for us, the modern day people, don't even have strategy to preserve them. It's very shameful. You as a modern person that study in United States or Obaseki, toothpick industry, you can't even attract it to Edo State. Now you are fighting upon the handwork of your ancestors that the scientists are already tracing far away to 12th century. It's very shameful because you had about money.
Very.
Toothpick industry, Obaseki is unable to attract.
Very.
Toothpick where then they use wood and they carve. Now you are fighting for something that your ancestors, the Benin ancestors, were able to manage via the Obas long centuries ago. Even some of the handwork, German scientists, why do they marvel? All this engine you are driving, they were cast. Because when they look at the skill involved, it just needs a little thing to pull these people, they will manufacture an engine, a workable engine. I'm just telling you.
You are very right.
But that is why they marvel. They knew that these people were civilized during the Iron Age. Now we are in a technological age, Obaseki. What have you achieved for Edo State people? You have been in government for 16 years. How many children will be starting school, primary school next year? You don't know. How many people are farmers in Edo State? The World Bank want to come and give them money. You don't have register. What are you doing for Edo State people? The Nyamanyama road where you build. Now so lucky when don't build the home. In enter house, not for money. Oshomo like a build railroad school. Whereas it? That is the part you are still taking. There's no difference. People will definitely clap for you. Now you are crossing a red line. But this one, let it be very clear. Once it is clear, you for this Europe, we go make sure say, if you come any country, make sure say you know an answer. I go only save you. Just get them for your mind. Say you come secretly, you don't go. But if you answer, by the grace of God, you go see waiting there for people mind and guess what you they do. We are just watching. These are the beginning, and I believe many people should be ready. This guy has crossed a red line. He's an evil person. He want to bring the whole Benin down. He want to make sure he collapse all the structures on ground because at the same time they don't have anything good to offer apart from how to feed their pulse. And feeling that pulse now, those people are not even crying over that. But you are crossing a red line. And this red line, my dear, is going to explode upon you and it will never survive it. Ogyonba edotai, ebo, oweto sungu, okpeni ni kautai. So matie bone, oni warotone. Edenewewe wa emini asunu dai. His zone is too much. I'm with pain that I campaign when I vote in a soon area. Today I'm even worried now. All this Peter will be this one, that one. I will stay away from it. Even the man came to Benin. He might all your palace himself because he came once at a time. So these people, they have their culture. They should go and do their thing that side. I don't think he find out. I will tell my people not to vote for him because he have my culture and let them go and do their thing. These are evil people to the highest level. And I'm going to do the government. Ochomolo eke no ke muere. Okbiana ne sage do begbe. Bina igbilima wa seve do.
Ochomolo na we do. Ona mo arisco ariga. Omaim no me.
Epa. Ochomolo mai winya we do. Iyan ze do ke sage do wa guyan. E sage palace ni oyan ya gbe.
1 second. I don't know pa kan be go. Kan be go no. Kan be go egwan. Go ahead, caller. Thank you. Thank you.
People began to understand now that the Igbo, they even have land in Edo State. They're concerning me.
Yes.
It's my, when we talk about the land, we went over to you, but on one condition. If you said something just that Mori said he want to debunk concerning Obaseki, though he said that he's not the combatants with Edo culture. So it's so now. I want to know if it's a rule for Mori, whether I really Benin man. Please, 1 minute before I speak again. I'm here, I'm waiting.
Now Benima, proper Benima, Morui.
Can I answer him? Can I answer him?
1 second, Mr. Morui. 1 second, let him get on with his accusation first. Morui, go ahead.
If you got you there for you, I don't know where they live. If you got you there for America, now you born there for America or Britain. You think that I go know your history, your historical perspective. Not everything I go know. I'm not gonna put my mouth for what I don't know. I say it's a taboo for someone to write. For someone to write for nowhere. Like I said, I don't even hear for Jame. If I can tell me, say,
wait first. Let him talk.
He's accusing me right now. He's accusing me right now. Make a no answer now.
Mr. Mori, will give you time. You'll take off it clearer. You're clearer for now.
2 minutes, Mr. Kola.
Quality to review Villa. tradition we dey talk.
No. Amen. Francis, who is caller? See, the Benin people, they don't they call him a maton. Now they make them they misbehave the more. They call Obaseki a maton.
Why did they call her that name?
Because all this now the thing where they making.
Okay, Epa gave Mr. Moruji. This is a platform in my area. The Moruji no ya clear. The guy needs to
reply to the caller now. Mr. Moruji, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Caller. Thank you for your wonderful submission. We learn every day. If you look at professors, they still have library, they still read. Even in law, because somebody's son, you see, they do study before you go court. Nobody knows it all. I'm not here to say I'm perfect. I have my own problem. I have my own weaknesses. I'm not an island. I'm not Mr. Know It All. I'm learning a lot from what you are saying right now. But my question was that what attracted me was the betrayal accusation that has been on for a long time. Was that not how I started, Mr. Monday?
Yeah, that's what you said. Yes.
Okay, sir. Now you know, give me some historical perspective about Jamel, whatever, Jamel Futata. If I tell you I'm not aware, you might think I'm lying. I'm not lying. But then I will Jamel somewhere. We have known our palace, Reverend Palace, for years, for decades. For somebody, a renegade from nowhere, from an idiot, somewhere to be claiming the palace of Benin to be the Oba, I think that one is tantamount to traditional suicide. The person is committing suicide on his own. But I don't want to put my mind into what I'm not aware of. This person cannot accuse me for not knowing what I don't know. I cannot say what I don't know.
He don't understand now. He don't understand.
My brother, just like the OJ of Obaje, OJ of one thing Mauromi, will not be one wanting to claim the palace of Oba. Is that not suicidal? So if anybody is coming from nowhere to say it's not the Oba, when we have known Oba, this Oba, that, a lot of Obas, I've never heard of Ojame in the palace. So I just put my mind into what I don't know.
Ojame not just chief. Go find all the picture when he stand with Oba. Now chief, where he get class of chief where he did. He picture did, what did this picture?
Just like Esama of Benin coming to say
that's all.
Oba. So he said it's suicidal to my own understanding. So this guy should not understand me and should not misquote me or misunderstand my position. And it doesn't mean I have to understand everything about Benin culture. So I mean, this one now will not challenge me to go back and learn more. We learn every day, but
thank you.
There are a lot of things that
if you want a reference, I'll send it to you. And I will
please, I need some of them. We move back. Another I want to warn please, from politics, we should not allow their dirty politics to rub off on our up. The traditional throne is too big for the governors will come and go. A traditional institution remains there forever. So
yeah, my brother, you see, may I tell you one thing?
Takes our palace with dirty politics. It's too bad.
Mr. Moru, sir. Yeah, what I want to say is this, it's like the Benin need to wake up. You see this constitution they wrote on our behalf.
Yes, sir.
This constitution they said governor can suspend any king, anybody, any king, this and that. We have to rise up against that constitution. Even we're not supposed to be campaigning if they do people really know what they are doing. We're not supposed to be part of this politics at all. If they don't change it, let's pack our load and get out.
Correct.
The country is not working. Every time they say we are one, everybody is not confused. Like for me personally, I don't see anything that makes me to be part of the country. It's not by force. And if Edo State people or Edo start governing the former Midwest people together, many other regions will join. Let's get out of the country. It's peacefully. But we don't want to take that shape. We don't want to go to, what kind of constitution is that? You give a country to criminals, people that doesn't account to anybody, you pump the whole money to them. Primary school, they cannot provide. Go and look at primary schools in Benin. You will ask whether we have government.
It's a calculated attempt to loot. It's a drainage.
And at the end, then you not give them power to suspend who? Which chief? These are people who build the land for so many years. If our chief today, some of them are not meeting up to the expectation we expected for them, you go and look at their surrounding. You don't develop their surrounding. You don't put industry there. They don't even ask school for their children in some villages. They hardly even feed.
Look at the
money the federal government release for agriculture, the northerners will take it to the village, down to the MIs and all the chiefs, and they will farm. Their people will farm. Some of that of that farm, they will also go and give to their chiefs. And with that, they are able to live successfully. The whole money given to our governor in Edo State, during Lucky Gbenejon tenure. Lucky Gbenejon was now better rural women program she they run. No single village in Benin which he ever use that cup or go touch. Or someone don't do it, don't go. The one that they bring come for Obaseki time, where they go? As we speak today, there is a law.
My brother, Mr. Morui. You see that Ekenwa Road, Ugbine, not because I come from there, that make me the prison. Mr. Morui. You see, the thing that gave way for Ogiame to be talking and saying our chief.
This Ogiame is not even in Benin. That one he never come back.
Not get Ogiame for Benin. Is where Uruokoko is. The thing that really caused Oromia coming. Oromia was taken, or Dudua was taken through that Ekenwa Road. Then after that place, after that Uruokoko, there's a place there where Obavorame rested on his way to Calabar. After that place, there is this place.
Are you talking about it during the adoption? During the adoption, or another trip to Calabar? Was it during the adoption of the Yoruba to Calabar, or another trip?
On his way to Calabar, where he rested, on this same road, the Ekenwa Road. Wait, let me finish. Then after that place he rested, then you get to a place just from the same along the road where they slaughtered the British people who came to Benin. And when you pass there, you will see Ugbine, where the war, the fight, where the Benin soldiers met the British soldiers. Let me read to you. This is the statement made by Ologbosere, who led the soldiers. This is the statement. I'm going to read it now. Since I was born in Benin City, I had never been to the water side, Ugoton area. I never went as far as Jebu, Uzebu. I'm coming to that in future, Jebu and Uzebu. You understand? But when all the people called the mass meeting at Benin City, this is his statement. This statement came from Foreign Office in London. That's where this statement came from. He said, but when all the people called the mass meeting at Benin City and selected me to go and fight the white man, I went. I had no palaver, personal grudge with the white man before. The day I was selected to go from Benin City to fight the white men, all the chief here, now court they talk now, all the chief here present were in that meeting, and now they want to put the whole thing on my shoulder. Public Record Office, London, CO 444/1/1, more to Chabale, number 98 of 2 July 1899. who presided over this meeting? The king or Iyase, yet Chief Ologbosere, the commander of Benin troop in the Benin British War, was condemned on the 27th, and hung hung on the 28th of June 1899. Chief Ebohon Ologbosere deputy, Chief Ebohon Ologbosere deputy, after the fall of Benin, could not be arrested nor tried, only to his ambiguous and invisible nature, because Ebohon they vanish. They vanish, invisible nature. As a result, the British solemnly promised him his life if ever he surrendered. From the foregoing, it was clear that Chief Ologbosere, like others, were sold out. That's where Obaseki come from. Betrayal, were sold out.
With what is going on, what to clear a betrayal we are ranking. Osalo buying no na manifest even no sununa. His training was so deep. Osalo buy or him in the dose offer today.
No, this is a statement obtained,
and that is what they are trying to do. If you go to social media, you see people say some rubbish, and Ogiame is what they use as an excuse. You'll be wondering, and for the governor to be, that means they are sponsoring these people because they sponsor them. And those who are clamoring for I don't know.
Let me reply to that. I agree with you. They sponsored them. When I was tackling Murphy Face of Germany, on one occasion, I know the lie. Murphy Face, no. Obaseki phoned into that program, assuring Murphy Face. That na the thing will make me vex. So why governor go to tell Murphy Face may not worry if he come Benin, go just say sorry, he not doing. That video, Murphy Face get and everybody's here, and that voice, nah, Obaseki, oh. I'm not lying.
Obi
to say what?
Eh?
He called you to say what? I didn't get that.
He called you to Murphy Face show. Murphy Face phoned him and he answered. And Murphy Face was telling him it's a useless predicament. Then Obaseki replied, say, don't worry, just come. When you come, then everything will be okay. He said they are trying to kill you. He said nobody will kill you. That's just go Murphy Face. Spoke to Governor Godwin Obaseki on the phone. You will hear
I have a question, please, sir. This source called Aristotle now, where has he been and where is he at the moment? Where was he trying to do his coronation? Is he in our Benin land?
Yes,
it's in our Benin land. You know, Benin,
and it's in the palace.
It's using Ogiame Palace. That was the only palace that was not destroyed when the British invaded the soldiers,
Benin.
The British soldier who came through Sapoma Road.
They didn't touch that palace.
Destroyed.
They did touch that palace.
No.
How was he trying to achieve that? Coronation?
No, not coronation. After, I don't know what he's done with the apparent.
No, that made to take him to court. That's what I'm saying. When he was taken to court by Oshomole, how was he able to achieve that in Benin land?
No, he has been in prison. He has been in prison. It is Obaseki that is trying to, they try to work with him.
The move he was making that led to Ojame being taken to prison. I said, how was he hoping to actualize that at all? How was he even dreaming about coronation in Benin land?
Yeah, he was trying to look. We have to be, my brother. See this issue. Authentic Ogiame family came out. They moved in the street of Benin. Ogiame Orionba, Osioba, right from history. Now, all this one that they are doing, they are just doing it because it's very clear that there are a lot of enemy against the Benin Palace.
Okay,
the Benin need to wake up. I want to, Mr. Garim, Mr. Mori, I want to point to something to you, please. You see, look, when people are coming from far away, they come and see Oba of Benin. There are people who are 100% jealous. Now, when people want to carve territory by creating, whether through their IPOB briefer of a thing, they go to some ethnic nationality which the British forcefully created into this eastern part. Those people will tell them, no, my father told me we are from Benin. We are not, or the money we don't speak this language. My ancestor, my grandmother told me, my grandfather told me. So they don't like it. So they feel what they need to do, that when they are able to penetrate the palace, then they can be able to achieve their aims and objectives. And the only way they have to do it is to create disinformation. And this disinformation, they have been selling it for years. And when you look at what is going on, you now realize that there are high profiles within the Benin Kingdom who are sponsoring these people. And what they want to achieve is that is the only respect that is in you as a Benin person currently. And that is the only place that can stand against their own selfish interest and agenda.
Midwest Republic, can I just start? I just want to respond to one Ego Jeff. Ego Jeff, if you be say, now you the sick, I know they sick, may you go for YouTube. Monkey Face spoke to Governor Godwin Obaseki. So then we would then know who is sick or whether now you get gonorrhea.
If program me after you were me at the line already. No call you will not call. When I do away Nazin Benikere. Ema buno support Obaseki me no verima me campaign. Ema buno campaign any rowa. Now me he when ni bunwo frankly speaking thought of once or when you take my way na red line no we have to be sincere or the money my line here because I have people who are close to them. I know many guys back home. No, side we no na mama go le side na. On my involved politics.
Yes.
But then now since we are getting closer to a point whereby because a matter of fact Obaseki will mess up with you and he's an evil person. If somebody price Edo State, Obaseki will collect money. Somebody will just come and meet him because he's governor and say, I want to take this state. How much? He will do everything to go and collect that money. Someone that he picked his satanic handwriting, they give him 20% of Edo land to keep murderers. And this guy, he collected the money and he has been working. He went to his own office and draft a resolution, pass it to the House of Assembly to pass it into law. These are business that doesn't pay one cover tax to the state.
In less than 2 years,
collected money. Obaseki is not even in Benin. He's far away. He's somewhere. Obaseki don't live in the state. So before the 2 years, he wants to do every damages, anything he considered that can create problem in the future or even currently.
Obaseki not they spend 4 days a week for Benin.
For Benin, it doesn't stay there.
Yes.
This is the kind of person who Shomo Lego carry can't give us. Most of the reserve, you don't give them how to people you don't know. Everything about him is rumor. Before you know it's true. This hospital, when they want build down, when they want destroy, people told him that there are some historical something there, structure. You don't need to remove those kind of things. The guy that is saying a lie, bulldozer all. This library, that is saying a lie. A bulldozer library, don't sell all of them. Anything about him, even a Edo line park for Port Harcourt is gone.
Thank you very much. My people, time is running out on this program. Please, I will welcome you people. Keep watching, keep checking Niger Watch and Edonet Watch TV. More programs, more videos on this matter will come up. Like I explained to you, we have a lot of topics coming in. All the pilgrimage area, places you will visit in Benin, and history information on them for those of our people who are so passionate about Benin Edo State. These are the things I stand myself for now. But from now to 5 years time, we have a lot of topics to discuss with you. If God willing, by the grace of God. But today is just an introductory. We'll be coming out with Ibota in about 20 minutes time. Please, my people, bear with me. We'll come back in about 20 minutes time for our Ibota program. I greet everybody for your contribution today. I greet you, Mr. Moriyi, for taking time out to speak to us. And I greet you, Midwest Republic, for your time to join me and elaborate on this program and to contribute. I greet all the people who made their phone calls in to make their contribution. Please don't be discouraged in case you didn't get the time to speak on this particular edition. We have a lady, someone trying to come in now. Abdul Fatai Shin. I can't see your name properly. Please bear with me. We will come back. I think that is our lovely lady Sandra from Germany. I think that's her. I don't know, but I greet you, our sister Princess Sandra from Germany. I greet everybody from Italy and those who have contributed today. Please join us on Ibota in about 20 minutes time. Wawia Wesi, La Wowo, Wagyu Yariedo, Wagyu Yedo Devoa. All social media presenters, I call on you today, I appeal to you today to please take this as a serious matter, one way or the other, speak out, condemn this problem. Wato Waikbe. Mona send message to, what will be her name? Neighbor TV. Make she to
Nebo TV, Obasoge Nekman.
A lot of people have called on her now to come out because, like I say, where you could then you are not talking.
Because one of the busy.
Thank you, Pa. Thank you for having me. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mori.
Pardon, Mosa, Omana, Domo later.
Bye-bye.
I'm not gonna talk to about Obaze. May not make it try to do something about this too. Thank you very much.